Hi all from YouTube. This is Fern from the House of Glamour. What we're going to do today is we're going to discuss on how to apply color to the new growth of the roots. I've got quite a few emails on applying this color, this red. It is called a red, and it's a level 6. So on your scale, level 6, it starts to get a little bit lighter, but not as dark as you were down to like a 2. So we're going to use this color, and we're going to apply it to these roots. And we blended it, made it match according to the side of the box here, according to the roots. So she's a former client, and her hair is pretty much used to what we've been doing. But we're just trying this because I've been getting a request on using this. So what we did here, we pre-treated her ends with a pre-treatment. So as I said before in earlier videos, you're not perfect, so product will go beyond where you're going. But we're going to focus mostly on the new growth and probably about a ½ inch up into the darkest hair. And then we'll show what we'll do toward the end. But all her ends have been protected. And so what we do is we take the color, we'll take the actual tube of color, as well as the developer. This is a tube, and this is our developer. And we will mix equal parts. So if it's 2 ounces of color, it's 2 ounces of developer. And you want to mix those two together until they're completely smoothed out. And then you want to apply it right to the client's hair, or to the new growth. This is only a new growth retouch up on the color. So I'm going to show you what we did here. So we mixed the color. It's already mixed up in the bowl. And what we're going to do is we're going to, let me boost her up a little bit. And I'm going to show you what I'm going to do here. I'm going to apply this all to the root area. All to the root area. Notice what I'm doing. I'm just going right like that. Remember, I did put a protector on the existing hair so that hair won't get extra color on it. It's going to get on there anyway. You're imperfect. We're all imperfect, so we're going to get a little bit of something on there. But notice what I'm doing here. I'm just putting that there, and I'm working all around the perimeter, all the way around with that color. And you want to make sure you get your perimeters really good because hair grows quite a ways. And then we're going to go up in there. And this is how you can know that you're doing your color at home, doing it right, and make sure you get everything where it needs to be. And then you just go across the bottom here, and if you notice what I'm doing here, I'm just going right up into that new growth. And with color, she's already been previously relaxed. You want to try to move a little faster too, because this will start boosting up color. When you got hair this dark, you want to use above. You want to use 30 volume. You can use 20, but you can use 30 volume, 40 volume, depending on what color you're trying to accomplish. So what we're doing, we're focusing mostly on these ends, on these roots, and and then I'm gonna show you if some of the hair changes. Like sometimes gray hair tends to brighten up a little more, and we want to make sure we got the gray hair toned down too. So I can show you how to tone that down too. So I'm going to go through her whole head and apply all this color throughout her hair, and then she'll sit 20 minutes with this on, watching her hair processing color. So you want to just do that. See what I'm doing? I'm applying it right only to that existing hair that's just new growth of color. And if you notice, it's starting to turn, see, it's starting to turn a slight purple tinge. It's just the base color that's in there. And so we're going to continue out. We're going to continue doing this throughout the rest of her head. And I will be back to show you how it's processing and the color that it's going to start coming up to. Okay, so I'll be back in a few after we're done with this. Yep. So what we're doing is we're almost done applying this color. And then she will sit with this. And just showing you that we end up doing the whole head. And as we told her we would do. And we focus, if you notice, only on the new growth, the gray hairs, and the existing roots that need to be touched up. So we'll be back, and we're going to show you how it's processing in color. Just make sure everything is done, because you don't want little white hairs sticking out there. They're a little tougher anyway. And then they have red hair everywhere else. So we'll be back, and we'll show you how it's processing in a few. So we're back, and this has already been 20 minutes with this hair color on her head. If you look at her head, take a look at this, and notice the color has come up. It's come up pretty nicely, and it looks pretty much like the ends of her hair. I will let you know what the name of this color was at the end. I will put it up on the site, and you can see it for yourself and where you can get it from and who you can get it from. But this is working out really beautifully. Look at that. It's coming out really nice. So now what I'm doing is I'm just combing it up just a little bit to finish out any darkness that's in there, because that hair has a lot of little striping of darkness in here from her natural hair. So look, I'm just going to comb it up just a little bit to work it through. I'm just going to bring it right to that point, because all this hair has been protected, so you don't have to worry about that. So all I'm doing is just going to go through it right quickly, and we're going to comb it right just a tiny bit. Just kind of make sure there's no existing dark hair. Like there's a little patch right there. That's not a problem. Right, see that? I'm just going to bring this right up in there. And if you notice what I'm doing here, see there? See how all that looks right there? Beautiful. Color's coming up beautiful. It's actually matching her ends. Okay, so we're going to continue combing this through, and I'll just show you one other side over here too. We're just going to comb it just enough, not to the ends. Just enough, just to blend in. Just a little bit there, because it needs it. We did the roots, and that's most what we're focusing on. It's the roots. See the new growth in the roots. She hasn't had a color probably in about 6 months of permanent color. And this is actually a permanent color too, by the way. And I believe the volume for this one is about 20-30. So to get her to where she is. Look at it, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful color, very nice. So I'm going to finish combing it up to that part there, and we're going to come back and show you the rinse out and the finishing product. We're going to shampoo it before we do that though, just to let you know. We will be shampooing it out, and look how beautiful that color came out. It's really nice. Really, really nice. And see, we're working it all on the gray hair. This is some stubborn hair sometimes. But look at that. It's beautiful. The gray came out really nice. A little light, but we'll tell you how to take care of that. If you have a customer that has a problem with dealing with gray, that don't like it, I'll show you what you can do to fix that. And yeah, see, we're just making sure that everything is pretty much under. And see, just bring it just to that point. And remember, we have a little product on it that actually protects the end, so it won't over process. Because when you do hair at home, a lot of times people do over process. You can't help it. You're imperfect. Stuff will happen. So, and you do get on the end sometimes too. But this is just a touch-up. So we're going to rinse her out, and we'll be back, and we'll show you actually when it's finished and rinsed and finished, okay? I'll be back in a few. The customer's color came out exactly as we planned it to. It's called True Red. It's a 6.6 hair color on the level of color scale. We left her on for 30 minutes. You can leave it on 20, but 30 is the longest you can go. This is a box color, so if you should do this at home, we use this box color. It's called True Red. It's a 6.6 color. Follow all your instructions in the box and apply the color. Leave it on for the appointed time that is required for her hair. But her hair came out exactly as we planned it to. As we would look for. We wanted to look for her to match up pretty much close to her ends, and we got exactly what we wanted. So her hair came out marvelous. So for you to do this at home, you can do the same thing. You can just do the new growth as we did. We did the roots, and then we put a protector on her from the ends up, and from that point on, then we combed it in the last 5 minutes up to that point, just to give it an even blend. We kind of like whisk it in a little bit just to blend these two colors together. But for you, if you want to do this at home, you can actually get the box color, and you can, for those who like to do hair at home. But I had quite a few requests from YouTube viewers who wanted to see how to apply a box color at home using home color. So hopefully this little short tutorial is helpful to you. You can see the results and do it at home. So see you again from the House of Glamour.